It is that time, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at another edition of the Nerds Underground. I'm your host, Ian King Kunch, and with me today, as always, we got the best man in the land. We got motherfucker Justified. Justin, what's going on, bro? How's it going today, dog?
What's going on, man? What's going on? How have you been?
I've been doing good, bro.
You old man?
I am a little old now. Like, it hits different. It hits different when people call you old when you hit 30.
Yeah.
it hits different. In case you ain't know, I hit 30 yesterday, September 20th. If you're not catching this on September 21st, if you ain't catching this live, I hit 30 yesterday. Man, it was it's just been weird. Like, you know, you do feel old. Like, I feel like I got like 20 years left in my prime. Type
Damn.
shit. Because it's 20 years until you're 50, and I'm like, damn. But whatever.
Where's the time go type?
Where did the time go? But I'm good, man. I'm good. Like, what's going on, Fernie? What's going on? I think I said
Yo, Fernie.
But like, yeah, just real quick, like, how's your week been? How you doing?
Week's been good. A little stressful at the work, you know, but hey, we getting through. We getting through, making it.
You know, one thing, let's hop into it, because one thing that is really helping people get through the week has been Ahsoka. That thing drops on a Tuesday. Thanks, G Cools. Appreciate it. That thing drops on a Tuesday night, and it gets you through the mother-loving week, my brother. So let's dive into this shit, because Ahsoka was fucking lit this week. Ahsoka was lit.
Yes.
Like we were expecting. I don't think we knew what we were expecting. Like, I knew we were gonna get some episodes, like some Thrawn. We were getting Ezra. We were going into the New Beyond. We knew that. But when it just comes to the absolute of the New Beyond, like, I had no idea what it was gonna be like. I had no idea how they're gonna tell the story of just how it was gonna unfold. And boy, did it unfold in a brilliant fucking way. Like, Fish, just tell me, like, real quick, what were some of your standouts of the episode?
I mean, Balin. First of all, Balin was amazing, but honestly, all in all, everybody, bro, because everybody acted their ass off. This is something we've been wondering. Like, we've been getting mid acting in Obi-Wan or the Kenobi series, mid acting in a lot of the Marvel stuff. We got, dude, even Shin Batty freaking put in a performance, bro. She opened her mouth and it's like, yo, she's speaking like truths.
And she hadn't even said the whole show. Like, what's crazy is, like, she hasn't had the time to even prep herself to speak the way that she did. But the moments that she speaks, every time she says something, it has weight and it adds value to what's going on.
Exactly.
That is how you do a side character like that. Right.
Exactly.
This was Sabine's best episode. If you go through the whole episode, it was the best episode for Sabine here.
She put in a great performance. Bro, I just, it's like, why can't we expect this caliber of acting all the time? You know what I mean? It's great performance.
And now we do have some weird, like, we have some, like, actual fucking lore shit to get into, though, right? Because with the New Beyond brings new possibilities, and with new possibilities brings new stories, like new ideas, new lore, new things of that sort. There were some things on here that could have missed, like, Justin, like, really going back to what you were saying about some of the things we got in the past shows. They did a lot of things here that could have missed, right? Like, when you think about the Night Sisters, the Night Sisters were a prime opportunity to miss, to really blub this, like, to mess this thing up here. But the Night Sisters, they were excellent. The way that the sound design on the Night Sisters, the way
they
were
creepy.
They were creepy as hell. It was scary. It felt dark. And on top of that note, just the whole episode felt as dark as it needed to feel. because we are going into this ominous new world where you start off with the Purgles. I didn't get a shot in the B-roll, but you start off with the graveyard of the Purgles, right? Like you find out this is a Purgle graveyard, which explains why nobody comes and goes because the Purgles only made that one-way trip type thing. That sets the tone. And then we get to the point to where we're actually going into there, and the first thing you see is when you're coming out of that fog. Let me see if I can pull this shot up here. The first thing that you see when you're coming out of the fog here is it's probably the first thing you see when you come out of the fog
yeah,
is that
yeah.
is a night witch's statue. Little things, details, those type of things is what makes a show effing great. Like, if you
Oh
really want to
man.
establish like the dominance of the Night Sisters on this planet, that's how you fucking do it, Justin. Um, is there any little other details for you that stood out? Like, what were some of the? I know we had these big things. Like, no, we love Thrawn. We're gonna get the Thrawn. Like, I know all this stuff, but just some of the little Star Wars things, notes, fans. Was there something there that stood out to you? Like a moment of like, damn.
To start where we leave Ahsoka. What is it? Huge Wang or whatever
Wang,
Josh likes to call him.
He ain't. Oh, he likes to
To-
call him Huge Wang.
to leave that scene with the galaxy in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
Set the mood straight up. Like this,
Yeah.
this episode is gonna be gas. Because everybody, I know I wasn't the only one that hit that Peter Griffin moment. Like, hey, he said it. He said it. He said the thing, bro. It was a great start off. To Dave Filoni is doing work, my guy.
And to think about Star Wars and where Star Wars has been over the last fucking 4 series since
Yes.
Mandalorian season 2. Other than Tales of the Jedi, there's not been a unanimously loved Star Wars show. Correct?
Exactly.
Correct?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it hasn't been, right? For this show to do what it's done. For this show to say something that's never what's going on, Rhett? For this show to say something that's never been said in a Star Wars show, but in a Star Wars movie show, whatever, and it's on the opening titles in the galaxy far, far away. For you to throw that in the line, don't you think that's a little risky with where Star Wars is? Like they are taking risk and it is paying off. How many
I
people
couldn't help but smile, man.
if somebody had said that, if Kenobi had said that in the Kenobi series or something like that, right? You know how many people might have bitched about that? Like, you know, just the type of things that they're doing and like how many people would have been on one side of the pendulum or the other. Like that hits, bro. And I'm glad that you pointed that. That was one of the it's a very small moment in the show because it really is like what 3 minutes of Ahsoka and the ship with Hu Yang. But bro, that
was effective.
too, I have intrigued. Yeah, and unless you know what Ahsoka's doing, Ahsoka's listening to these stories of the old galaxy. And I like that because she could go in with a more experienced knowledge of this, right? It seems like Balin has remembered those stories or found a way to tap into those stories, or if something's even calling Balin out there. I don't know what it is, but it seems like Balin has this kind of knowledge stepping into that world. So to see what Ahsoka is going to do with this information that Hu Yang gives her, is very exciting. It's very
It really is, man. And just to also put it this way, well, I know a lot of people have been saying like, yo, they Book of Boba Fetted Ahsoka in her own show. This is the one time I'm saying like, well, it's not the one time because we've only had another time, but this is when I'm like, nah, bro. Low key, they did. If you're gonna do a whole nother like spot and not have Ahsoka like they did Boba Fett, at least they have left her in a spot where she's like good. Like we're like, okay, dude, she can have this. I'm very satisfied of what we've seen from Ahsoka. Now in Book of Boba Fett, I was not satisfied of what I've seen from Boba Fett. The best part of that show, the entire best part of that show was when he was not in there. So that's why I'm like, nah, they didn't.
Those are apples and oranges. Those are apples and oranges. Like those are not the same thing. And that's a great point that you bring up there. This was a Book of Boba Fett. Like they did. I won't even want to say it was a Book of Boba Fett because it's a piece of storytelling. Yes. In shows, it's a normal thing to have an episode that focuses on the villain, that fills in the pieces of the puzzle of what the villain is doing. That is a normal thing to do. And they did this here perfectly. I mean, not only did they could have, to your point, Justin, they could have just skipped over what we saw with Ahsoka was going on with her, right? They could have
Mhm.
just gone 100% New Beyond. They could have just gone 100% Thrawn and 100. But the fact that we get a little bit of a nugget of what Ahsoka is doing in that ship, what she's
Yes.
doing out there on the way while she's in the Purgle on the way out there, that's to me like, again, the little things, just the little things that other shows, whether it be MCU show or Star Wars show on Disney Plus, hasn't been doing. So with
Yes.
that being said, I do want to take some time to focus on what you touched on earlier, and that is the acting performances that we've gotten in this show, right? Like the
Mhm.
acting performances that we've gotten on the show have been on another level. I would say after episode from last episode on, the acting has been on point from everybody. Now, I don't want to say that to take shade. I don't want to say that to throw shade at or take credit away from what Ahsoka, Rosario Dawson has been doing, or what they've been doing with Balin, because in Shin, like those have been just all out every week in, week out. I know what I'm getting from them. They're bringing their performance. They're doing their thing.
Mhm.
But this week in itself, from Thrawn to Ezra to
Yes.
Sabine,
Yes.
these freaking hit. These hit in ways that I wasn't even Enoch, bro. Like
Speak on it. Speak on it.
like the way that these things worked, or ways that we just this why Ahsoka is hitting the way it is, because we haven't gotten this in Star Wars or anything on Disney Plus in so long. So just to spend a little bit of time on it, right? Just to spend a little bit of time on it. I want to start off with Thrawn, because Thrawn, to me, there's been barriers for me when it comes to these characters and getting used to seeing them on screen in alien form, right?
Mhm.
And I hope that makes sense, because like I don't want to sound too hypocritical there, but what I'm getting at is when I think about Hera took me a second. Like it took me maybe 2 episodes, other than the back, other than when they like put the camera on the
Hmm.
other side of her face,
Oh,
right?
dude,
Like,
can we real quick
uh,
say something real quick? Look,
yeah,
they Scarlett Johansson her.
they did.
Look,
Wait,
I'm all
elaborate who
here
people
for
don't get it.
it.
Elaborate who people don't. Elaborate if you will.
Respectfully, Scarlett Johansson, if you ever see this, look, you are my queen. You are my queen. But like, I wasn't complaining when they would pan around your back half. You real quick. You know what I'm saying? They did the same thing there.
Hey, you won't complaining.
I
It
wasn't
won't no
complaining.
complaints.
No
I damn sure
complaints
won't.
here.
I'm weak. I'm weak. But yeah, like that you got those moments with Hera. Even with Ahsoka. I don't want to go there with Ahsoka from Mando, because I think that Mando performance was great. But
Mhm.
just a little bit of the like, I don't know. I'm not getting. I wasn't really 100% on like just getting used to that look of Ahsoka at the beginning of the show.
Yeah,
Um,
I feel you.
so that being said, like to me, you can look at Cad Bane, Ezeb, like they to, they have a little bit of an issue sometimes when it comes to these characters in makeup. But
Yeah.
what they did with Thrawn and how actually what's his name? Is it Lars?
I am Lars went.
Oh, yeah, yeah. What Lars did with his character, what
Yeah.
Lars is doing here. Can I dare say this is the best villainous alien performance since Thanos?
Bro, he
Like,
was good.
can I dare say
He
that?
was good.
Like, bro, it was Thanos level, high evolutionary level, Killmonger level. Like, I know I'm naming off like because like Moff Gideon level if you want something from Star, but like it was that level of gravitas from Thrawn, bro. And you don't have to me, it was like you didn't even have to watch Rebels to understand the presence and the threat of what Thrawn was bringing here in this
Exactly.
scene, bro.
The red eyes tell it all too.
The red eyes.
So,
Talk about the red eyes.
yeah.
Like, talk about what stood out from you from Thrawn. What did you draw from Thrawn?
The red eyes. First of all, look, I will say this because it does take a minute to get used to these characters in live action, which
Mhm.
to me they still do they're bodying the job of it. But when you see Thrawn and he walks out with that fucking all them soldiers around him,
Yeah, bro.
you know this dude's a G. All right.
Yeah, bro.
Then turns around and has those menacing red eyes you don't need to any type of answers, or you don't have to ask anything about, is this the villain? And then his damn ship, dude. His
The
damn
damn ship set
ship
it off. You
set
want me
it
to go back?
off.
You want me to go? I'll go back here a little bit. This damn ship in this shot here. Full disclosure, your boy was watching it coming back from vacation in the car, bro. And like I was, I had it on my phone. Full disclosure, there's moments when I'm watching, like, and I'm unfortunately driving or whatever, but I'm not paying attention all the way. When this shit happened, dog,
You have to take a double take.
hey, I had to be like, hold the fuck up. What? What? Like, not only that, but the way they just had it sitting over this, like, whatever this
I
pendulum is, like, the
know.
way they just had it sitting over there the whole time,
Was
that's
fire.
it's unprecedented. Like, I'm not the biggest Star Wars historian. I'm not the hugest Star Wars. Go back and quiz me on anything fan, right? But that was the most like, I can't think of anything more dominant of seeing, like, a dominant entrance of a like, of a ship
Oh
like
yeah.
that. Maybe since the first Back to a New Hope.
Probably. Yeah.
To be real. Like, that's how you fucking do it. That's how you fucking do it there.
It was fire. It was so good.
And it just added to the intrigue. Now, like, just kind of going down here piece by piece, like, I had to give the love out to Thrawn. I think Thrawn gets the love of the show out here. I will give it to Balin, but Balin has been killing it through on and throughout.
He's consistent.
He's been consistent, right? And sometimes when you're consistent, like sometimes when you're LeBron, you don't get an MVP discussion because you're just used to it, right? You're not. So, like, I mean, for real, like, my man's Balin Shin out here, like, he's doing his damn thing. And it's been week in and week out. On that right there. But when it comes to, again, Lars to me is he's getting the love of the show because he handled that. It could have flopped. It could have been terrible. The talk of the town could have really been how people weren't fucking with Thrawn. That could have easily taken over the narrative. It could have been the thumbnail. Like, it could have been like, what the fuck on thumbnails.
Or why did we get blue ass Elon Musk?
Who is Blue Man? Yeah, he kind of looks like a blue Elon Musk, and
I will say that took me out. That took me out a little bit on him, but then I was like, he performed, bro. He performed.
Once he starts talking. Like,
yes.
Once he started talking, and I do love you to see a bit of age in him too. Like, he's got a little bit of the turkey neck, and I fuck with it.
He has been there for a while. So
yeah, he has been there for a while. He look like he might have been stressed out. He might have been missing a few meals. Like, he might have been stressed out. I don't know about missing
a few meals, but
he might have been stressed out. Look, he might have been stressed out. But going on to, like, the next, I want to give some props here. And we touched on that a bit. I don't know who these actresses are, but the Night Sisters are dope. Like, I don't want too much of the Night Sisters, but I want just enough.
I feel you. I feel you.
You feel me? Like,
they're one of those. There's one of those things that, like, I think we're gonna get probably a little bit more of them just because that's the other thing. They hit spooky season. We're hitting spooky season, and it's perfect timing. Perfect timing to get some Night Sister witches.
Get some witches, bro. More witches.
Bro.
More witches.
Said blue Elon Musk. Bro, that's what he looked like, man. But yeah, dude, they were great. They were menacing, bro. Scary. Reminded me of Mother Townsend for sure.
And so, like, I don't want to see these characters. I want to see them as sparingly as we saw Palpatine, as we saw the Emperor Palpatine. Like, I want to see those, or should I say Darth Sidious, right? That's as many times as I want to see them. I don't necessarily want to see them a lot after this episode. I feel like you have to be at a certain level to see these characters. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
I feel you.
They're not like folks who should be like everyday type of villain type shit. Like, it's not like
they're kind of like a Vader type deal where you gotta.
You gotta work your way up. You gotta work your. To me, they're like be above that. Like, you gotta work your way past, like, the Vader level to get to the Emperor type of thing.
I got you.
So whether it's dealing with Morgan or dealing with other witches, if these are your top 3 witches, like the top 3 witches on the block, what's going on, Smokey? These are the top 3 witches on the block. They gotta be out there, like, on some exclusive type shit, like on some, if we're being brought in, like, some shit's about to go down.
Yeah, I feel you.
But like, what did you think just about the design? Like, if we touch on it a little bit here, but the design, the audio design of all three of them speaking, like you touch on it, like it gives you the creeps, the
Bro,
heebie-jeebies.
they give you the creeps. You understand why they did the creepy shit with what's that dude that everyone thought was old
Maul?
dude from the dude that Ahsoka sliced up and he turned into dust.
Oh, Marak.
Morak,
Barack
that's
Obama.
yeah. Look, I see why they use that like scary smoke yelling shit that they use effects when he died, because it ties straight to them.
Mhm.
They are creepy. Just look at this woman, bro. This is not someone you want at your dinner table. She's scary.
She brought a man back to life. Like these people, like to think about what the Night Sisters are. They are creepy. They are scary. They reach into that deep side of that darkest dark side of Star Wars.
Yes.
Um, so I would love to keep that mystery around them as long as we can. I don't want them to get old on me, so just use them sparingly. But again, like just another huge aspect of the show. I do want to give some shout out to Sabine though, because this was Sabine's best
She killed it.
episode.
She killed it. Yeah.
This was Sabine's best episode, and I'm jumping over here to this fight scene between them because, like, when I was watching it the first time, I was like, "Oh, cool, another fight scene." But when you go back and watch it again, like that detail right there, like the taser from the grapple going over there,
And the
knocking him
pulse
out.
going through it too.
Yes, like that is
Yes.
like next level fight design. We haven't seen that from her this whole time, and I love how
Oh.
she brings out the I love how she waits until she's down bad to bring out the lightsaber.
Mhm.
Like she knows that's her most powerful weapon type of junk. Well, I don't even want to say that because she did only bring it out after like the gun got disabled.
It was the
right?
crutch. It was the crutch.
Yeah, it was the crutch, but it was like kind of the cheat code. It's like, all right, I'm straight now. All I gotta do is slice and dice. We know she's nice with the saber. But the way they used the Beskar, like I kind of forgot she even had Beskar on until she got shot and it started bouncing off. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, yeah, Ahsoka has her helmet. And I forgot, like, I forgot that she had this shit on, bro. But she did her thing. She did her thing in this shot. And I just want to give her credit because she, to me, this whole series, she's been the weakest link. When it comes to character wise, when it comes to acting, I just have not really loved what I've seen from Sabine.
Mhm.
And this week, it felt like Sabine. Her taking down
Yes.
those crews.
Yes.
Her against Thrawn, like talking with Thrawn, like that conversation with Thrawn. That felt like Sabine.
Yes, it did.
And just feeling the gravity of what she's dealing with. Dude,
They
anything
never
you want to throw in
listen.
Sabine? Look, they never listen. They never do. Anything you want to throw in Sabine before we touch on the big reveal.
Yeah, bro. First of all, that fight, it's
Yeah.
one of the I hate to keep bringing this part up, but it's one of those other things that irritates me about some of the things we've gotten in the past, because this fight was so believable. Her movements, she's not just banging one of their heads and they go silly and die or somehow. These are effective moves. That kick, effective move. I saw that in Never Back Down before. That was
Yep.
fire.
Yep.
She did good, man. I am gonna call her the weakest link, and it's only because like they put her in some cringy ass scenes beforehand. But like, if that's all we get from her as far as cringe scenes, and we get nothing but what we got this episode, bro, she's gonna be a loved character. Like it's easy. It's easy.
You know, we spoke on it a bit here, and I think it's a perfect time to talk on it. One thing that I feel like bad for at least myself with this show was it's the first season of a show.
Yeah.
It's of a show. A lot of times in the first season of the show, like the first few episodes, like when you think back to shows like the Game of Thrones, the first few episodes have been like they're slower. They're setting up character stuff. It's taking a while to get into the character stuff, right?
Yeah.
Star Wars, this show wasn't given that grace, and rightfully so, because Star Wars shows have been pretty mid. Like rightfully so, wasn't given that grace.
Yes.
This show now is stepping into its stride. From episode 4 on, this show is stepping into its fucking prime.
Mhm.
to where it's like, is it gonna miss? Like, can it miss? Right now, like this show is on a different level to where it shouldn't even be on Disney Plus, bro. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't match the things that are on Disney Plus, and this episode solidified. Um, this episode just solidified it for me. Of like, you know what, this show can hold its own weight. This show just wasn't on Disney Plus. Like this show can hold its own weight on the Netflix. This show can hold its own weight on the HBO. This show can hold its own weight. And the why am I doing this? And the fact that it's
Whoa.
why am I doing
Whoa.
it? And the fact, whoa,
Pause, bro.
my hands usually ain't on camera. Like I got to get used to what I do with my hands.
I didn't even notice until you said something. I was like, wait.
But I think I slammed at the table, but I wasn't getting all the way down there. But,
Okay.
but the
Okay.
fact, I'm gonna just slap the table from here on out.
Okay,
But
open palm, bro. Open palm.
Open palm, bro. Open palm. but the fact that shit, where am I going? The fact they're even doing all of this without the gore, the fact they're doing all this without the cussing,
Yeah.
like the fact they're doing this with like Stranger Thing level type of sensibilities with PG-13 type of shit. It's just different level, bro. So yeah, this is blowing people away in a different way. But the last dude here, let me tell you, I first saw Ezra, I was let down. I know people ain't gonna really fuck with it, but when I first saw Ezra to me here, like I wasn't really feeling it. I was like, nah, fam, I wasn't there for it. But on the rewatch, I'm warming up to it a bit more. To me, it's just something about like the look. It's maybe something about the look, maybe it's something about like the hair. I don't know. Like it just wasn't what I was feeling and looking for. What were your first impressions of Ezra, and like did your impressions change after that, or like have they been like on point from the beginning?
My impressions changed a little bit because at first I was like, damn, you look old. And I keep forgetting that they are well off from where we last had them.
But he does look older than Sabine.
He
do you think?
Looks a little bit, yeah. But look, man, it's Sabine though, you know?
Oh, you got a crush on Sabine?
No, look, not as much. Look, not as much as these little. I see these guys in the chat. Not as much as these little horny motherfuckers. Look, I'm here to say Sabine. Look, Sabine, the what's her name that plays Sabine? She's a gorgeous woman. But why were we fronting for the first like 2 weeks saying she had cake and not saying Hera had cake?
That was a front. That was a front. Like people give that award away very easily, bro.
Exactly.
People give that award away very easily. You can't.
Like she's a beautiful woman, but she does not have cake. Okay, let's be real. So, but yeah, I was the blue eyes. I was kind of down for the blue eyes. I know a couple people were like, "Damn, those are really, really blue." But when I took a look at a picture of Ezra, his eyes are really, really blue in there too. So it fits. And then I mean we don't get him that long, so I don't want to be like, dude, he bodied the performance already. But like you can definitely feel that being Ezra. So.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like I have to give it a shot. I have to give it a chance, right? I'm kind of on the other end of I was concerned when I saw the hologram. Like when they had the Ezra with the hologram. She's not it at all.
I'm not gonna say she's not it at all. Look, she's
got a little bit.
She's a baddie, but like she's not. There's definitely.
Look, I'm gonna be real here. There's no real baddies in this show. Like, there's no like ram booties in this show. Like for me, like there's no like ram booties, Scarlet Witch. I mean,
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson. That's what I was really trying to say. What's going on, Mr. Griffin? Big Chief in the building. Like, there's none of those in this show. So let's cut that off there. Like, Hera got the cakes, but it's not really. It's shapely, but it's not like cakes. Like, let's be real. It's getting the hype.
Look,
it's getting hype because
we can't judge Rosario Dawson that much though. But there was one shot where I was like, oh. Ahsoka do got a little something.
Hey, they just not letting Ahsoka eat like that, and I get it.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Okay,
get it. They're
okay,
not.
but
They're not letting Ahsoka
they're
be
not giving
like.
her cornbread. That's what you're saying,
You
right?
know what I mean? Like they're not doing like the whole crop
Collard
top thing like
greens.
she had in like she had in
Oh
Rebels,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
they're not
yeah. They're
giving
not letting her eat. They're not letting her eat.
they're
I
not
feel
giving
you.
her shot. But
Yeah.
but nah, like but back on track here, like just with Ezra, like in himself, like I have to give him some time, and am interested to see like if some of the spoilers and rumors about his powers are true, about like just like the ooh type of woo side type of shit that's being rumored out there, like the woo side type of shit. You know what the fuck I'm talking
Yeah.
about next week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, like it may match with that look. I'm just not a fan of that. Like I can't get 100% sold on that look. Like kind of reminds me of like a Jesus a little bit.
Exactly.
It's kind
That's
of giving
kind
me
of
the
where I
Jesus
was
look.
thrown off because I felt more like this is Jesus than Ezra. So
Look,
yeah.
this ain't the King James Jesus. This is actually like probably closer to what Jesus actually would look like, type of
Yeah.
Jesus shit.
Yeah. This is what you see on the pictures.
so like, I'm here with it. Like I have to give it some time. The same way that Sabine had. I don't want it to take as long for Sabine for him to have like a Sabine moment that she had in this episode. If you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying, like we cannot afford to have to waste any episodes because we only got like 3 left. We can't afford to waste any episodes on trying to really get used to Ezra here.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I think he delivered his lines good. Again, I had to just get used to like, damn, this is in the future. For some reason, Sabine just doesn't feel that much older. She doesn't feel like time is going by that much more for her as what it seemed for Ezra.
I think it's because I mean, let's be real. That woman, she looks very like I think she's like 35 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
She looks like she's still in her 20s.
Okay, yeah, so it hits.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So look, now we have to wrap up because we got to get some other topics here. But this episode was so fucking great. This episode was so fucking great. I just have to talk about what the fuck Balin. Like, dude, what is up with Balin? The mystery has never been bigger on Balin than it has been this whole entire show. This whole entire show, we've been like, yo, what is his backstory? What's this intrigue? At this point, I'm like, F the backstory. Where are you going? What are you seeking? What more are you training Shin for than the Jedi? Like, bro, are you trying to like be the next him? Are you trying to be like him, bro?
Who was talking to you, bro?
What's going on here? Like, the only things I can really think of is I don't see a case where somebody like Anakin or somebody like that we know of is talking through him, right? Like, I don't see this being the case of them choosing him because in that mindset, I feel like it's always going to go back to the light versus dark Jedi.
Yeah.
Is it the Rakata? Like, is it the next level of Star Wars that I'm not even ready to feel comfortable fucking talking about here because it's so deep in the lore? Are we going there? Do you think we're going there? Like, I don't know how deep you are in this shit. I just want to know, like, do you think we are actually going to get into some really, really Star Wars lore nerdy shit through Balin?
I think so, but you want me to tell you why I stopped really thinking about it?
Why?
I started to think it might be Snoke or some shit.
No. Let's snip that shit in the bud right now. It's not Snoke. It's not Snoke. It is not Snoke.
I'm with it probably being the Rakata or whatever, bro. But I started thinking, dude, what if they fucking do it?
They can't do it, bro.
I will be mad. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be a little upset. I'm not gonna be mad because this show has been so fire, but I'll be a little upset.
Look, the thing is, like, it can't. I cannot have them go there. I cannot have them go there. And like, speaking of Snoke, like to me, they're setting this up to be perfectly done to where, like, I wouldn't mind it if these people don't come back until after the sequel trilogy.
I hope so, bro. Like
if they come back, hear me out. They come back after the sequel trilogy, and like we even do some timey-wimey shit to where they come back at the same age. And it's like 30 years later afterwards, like they've been gone from the galaxy that long. Jason's a bit older. You know what I mean? Like you have this shit going on. I would like to see that and to see them like Thrawn really try to just we take off from there and Thrawn is really trying to take over where we're at with the galaxy right now after the events of the sequel trilogy. Um,
I wouldn't complain, honestly.
I
I
wouldn't
would be
complain that either.
definitely down
Like
for that.
we need to wait for this to like blend and to get bigger. And like if we stay in this time frame, we're going to end up bumping into the sequel trilogy. And like if to me, you can't do anything that grand of scale, that huge, without it bumping into the sequel trilogy. Like you tell
Yeah.
me you're fitting this entire war that's about to go down with Thrawn in this space. I don't think so. Fast forward this shit, bring us back in here, keep your actors the same age. You're going through a galaxy, like you can play around with time like that.
Yeah, true.
So let's see them do that and find a way to build off of the sequel trilogy that way. And
Yeah.
then this can be like the next level of Star Wars. But back to shit, like back to being like I am just curious, like, is it the same powers that we're hearing of Ezra tapping into? I don't think I have the shot here, but even when Balin is like looking at the evidence of this Sabine fight, like Balin's not even just looking around, just looking at the evidence. Balin's reading all of the encryptions on the rocks. Like there's
Mhm.
a scene, I don't think, I don't have it here, but there's a scene where like he's reading like this these circles on the rocks, and you have Shin like kind of interrupting him. Yeah, dude, it's so hard to think about where we're gonna go with Balin from here. Like,
Yeah.
bro, like
Unfortunately, man.
unfortunately, like you put it up here, like I think Gerard Butler would be a great job, but I don't think he's big enough. Like, I don't think you'll find the physical size of
Because
someone
he's
to
a
match
big
this.
ass man. I really noticed it when that Ahsoka fight, because Ahsoka did like this little jump off the wall. And I think with anybody else,
Mhm.
it would have looked fine. But because Ray is so big, it looked awkward. So he's dude, it sucks because he put in a fucking performance.
How tall is this dude? I'm looking up to see how tall this dude is. 6'3". Yo, he's only 6'3". That my man is carrying himself like he is 7 foot, bro. He's carrying himself on screen like he's
He's a
7 foot.
he's a tank, dude. He's not just like a small, small frame, tall, but he's a body. He's a unit.
So look, just predictions where we heading from here? Because do you think we're gonna see? I think it's kind of obvious question maybe here, but do you think we're gonna see Thrawn make it back to the galaxy this within these next 2 episodes?
I think that's a given. I think next episode they're gonna have to. I mean, Sabine's gonna have to rush and tell Ezra that we're not. We got to get on that ship if we want even chance to go home. I think that's a given.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Like I'm that's a piece of the mystery, right, of where we're heading in these next episodes, because we don't know. They need a way to get back. They need a way to get back. There is no way to get back other than having a ship, other than having the jump coordinates. And then Ahsoka doesn't have them. You know what I mean? Like Hera can't get out there. The only way to get back is with Thrawn, and that is the craziest part about this, is that they're all gonna have to get back on one ship or in one way or another, right? Like something's gonna have to go down because you're not having another Purgle to come out there and do that.
Yeah, I think that's what. Yeah, dude, that is. I didn't think about that actually, because Purgles go there to die. There's a good chance that Purgle that they're in is gonna die. Damn.
Now I don't know though. Like it. Yeah, I mean, Ezra told that Purgle to go out there and it died. Ahsoka told that Purgle to go out there and it's gonna die. Like I feel like that trek probably does end your life, kind of like a bee stinging somebody, right? Like that trek ends their lives. So I'm very interested to see what's gonna go down for them to get back. Is it a fight on the ship? Has to be a fight on the ship, right? Like I think that's where we're headed. I just don't see a situation. I don't see a situation to where Ezra, Ahsoka, and Sabine are left in the New Beyond, and Thrawn and his crew gets back. I just don't see that happening.
And that's the thing too. Do you think someone's gonna get left saying that?
Like somebody's gonna get left behind.
Yeah, because there's no fight. There's no fight if all of them get left
If I had to
behind.
put my money on it, I would say it'd be Balin. Even if Balin wants to stay behind himself, if I had to put
Yeah,
money on
I
it,
could see that.
I would say Balin and Shin. But I would also say, possibly the Night Sisters. Like if
Mm,
we see some shit go down to where it's like, I think we could possibly see Balin and Shin turn against the Night Sisters. That type of thing
yeah.
go down. To force the Night Sisters to be left back. Like it's that point, like a fight in and around the ship. I feel you there. Like everything has to come to them like getting on. I feel like at least one ship. But
Give
yeah,
me
just
one quick second.
what? Oh yeah. While he's doing that, I want to go through some of the comments here. Yo, this show has been absolutely epic. It's been absolutely dope. Might I say it's creeping up there. This show is creeping up there to the levels of House of the Dragons. Creeping up there to the levels of what you say, like a Daredevil. Would you say it's already surpassed Daredevil, right? I would say this show might have already surpassed those Netflix Marvel shows. This show is just getting up there to another level, and I'm excited to see where we're headed. Let me know in the comments where you think we're getting in this show. Do you think the show is starting to get goated in that top tier? I'm gonna go through some of these comments here. Does anyone else notice those giant statues were in a group of 3? I did notice that, and I think that's just something that's very important to the Night Sisters of working in a group of 3. I don't want him to, but I think they're finna fridge him for Shin's arc. I hope they don't. I hope they don't fridge him for Shin's arc, but it would make sense. I mean, if even if two they do leave Balin behind and they went back and made that change just for the actor's sake, that might be a possibility. I should have told Ezra already. Damn, simply should have told Ezra. But we gotta say that for the next show. You already hit that on the mark. Everything does point to Ahsoka coming in and popping up. And like, how does Ahsoka even get her ship to make that jump? Like, I don't know. Like, can the ghost make the jump back that way?
Yeah, right.
The more the skies. Okay. I see, like when it comes to the lore, I'm not that deep in the lore of Star Wars. Like I've watched all this shit, but I don't really I don't really know what it all the way means, to be real with
Is
you. Like
this
I can't get into the theory of the God, like of the more the skies and the light and the dark and all that shit. Like, I can't really get into that theory.
would this be where Anakin would probably have to step in again?
Well, if you go into the more the skies,
No, to get them back.
no. He could go through the world between I don't think the world between world operates like that.
Okay.
I don't think it operates like that. But yo, anyway, to wrap that up, look, we spent 40 minutes talking about Ahsoka because it's just that fucking epic. It's just that fucking dope. But now we got to get into some of our good shit, the Marvel shit, right?
Yes, sir.
I don't know. It's really still good shit. It's really still good. I mean, like, is it? Can I even really still say we got to get into our good shit? Because just of where we are right now with this whole.
I mean, hey, look, man, it looks like Kang is staying as Kang. So
It looks like Kang is staying as Kang. We still Kanging in this thing. We still Kangs. But let's talk about this movie right here, bro. I'm gonna put this on mute because I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, don't get copyright like I did. So
look, hey, we're gonna see how that copyright work out later with all that Ahsoka video I had playing in the background. But when it comes, when I might have cracked the code, but I also might have just ruined myself with this stream. But when it comes to this thing right here, the reports are that they put out $240 million in the budget for this movie right here, the Marvels. That is the most that Marvel has ever spent on a movie ever. According to that tweet that I've seen. I hope I'm not wrong here, but that is the biggest budget that they've ever put into a Marvel movie. To put all your chips in one basket, considering how the Phase 4 is going, considering how Phase 5 is going so far, they are really putting all their eggs in this one basket, putting all their chips in this one basket called the Marvels. I think our job here is to try to make it make sense. Justin, like, how can we possibly make sense of this being the most expensive movie ever? I mean, they have to make at least 400 and some billion, things like 480 some billion to even break even on this
million or billion?
Million.
Okay.
Excuse
okay.
me. They don't have to make Elon Musk money. I was trying to like they don't have to make that type of money. I mean,
I,
they had to make $400 some million to even break even.
bro. If it was billion, bro, you just cut your losses at this
I
fucking
did,
movie,
I
bro.
did, I did. But let me ask you, like,
Holy shit.
will anything make this shit justifiable, bro?
Um, the fact that one of the last movies we got was superhero wise was The Flash. It has a chance, you know. I don't remember how much fucking Flash spent, but wasn't it around the same ballpark?
Honestly, I ain't give a damn about Flash, so I don't
I
know
didn't
how much
either.
they spent. I don't know how. I honestly forgot. Let me look it up real quick. How much?
I think they'll get enough to break even. I think they'll get it. I'm gonna go see it. I think it's gonna get enough to break even, maybe a little bit of profit, but that's about it. I don't think it's gonna do like it is a little wild to spend that much money on.
It's very wild.
On a project that y'all know is
Gonna be
kind of yeah.
Like they know,
yeah.
They know this project like is fighting the uphill battle. They know this project like is not. No matter what they do, it is not going to be universally loved. This isn't the project that's going to save the MCU.
Same people. This is also the same people that just would spent $230 million on a fucking show. Like, are we really fucking shocked?
Is it inflation? Like I don't know. Like, is this shit like hit? Like, is it inflation? Is this shit getting more expensive? Like, the fuck is we're spending this much money? I stopped it here real quick because I just love the fact that I think this is an incursion. Like just in the back,
shit.
Like this in the background and everything. Like this looks like the only shot that we've seen in the movie of an incursion. So I just want to stop this here just to kind of throw that out there. Is the incursion the reason why this shit's costing $230 million? I don't think so. But yeah, I'm with like it's a very interesting choice. It's not my money, so it's not like I really care, right?
True.
It ain't my money. It ain't my money, right? I'm not invested in Disney, so it's not like I really care, but it's just really a bad look if this movie doesn't rake in. I would say at least 800 million. Like if this movie doesn't rake in at least 800 million.
I think that's pushed. That's expecting a lot.
It is, but like I think that's what you have to get to justify spending what they spent. You feel what I'm saying? Like breaking even is cool. But you're not in the business of breaking even. You're in the business of making that bread.
But again, they did just spend that much money on a freaking show. So if they believe that they can add in a couple things that might help this be better and also help people get somewhat excited for things that are supposed to be coming along, then I can be like, okay, 230 million, we might break even. We might get a little bit of a surplus, but our fan base is a little bit more excited off of what they saw. I think that's a good 230.
You think that's worth the investment?
Yeah. I mean, right. To me, I guess for me, it's the fact I keep saying it. They're spending 230 million on other shit that just is meant to die. So if they're gonna do it, at least try to make this better. Because I want to say a lot of it was for reshoots. Try to make this better as much as you can to where people are going to get excited for future projects. And this turns into money down the pipeline.
It's just, I don't see it being that until it gets to Disney Plus. I'm going to be honest with you. Disney Plus is going to kill this movie. Disney Plus is going to kill this movie because...
How about that, man? How about that?
It's no rush. To be honest with you, it's no rush. This movie is going to come out on Disney Plus before Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
These things have not been connecting to anything, so there's no rush to see this movie before you see Loki.
True.
People are going to wait to stream it. Like the one video I did on the Marvels on Shorts, like I knew it wasn't going to do good because it's the Marvels. And Shorts is very, you know how Shorts are when it comes to the algo. I knew it wasn't going to do well, but the few comments that I had on there was I'm not going to go see it, or I'm going to wait to stream it. And that's just, I think, how a lot of people are feeling about it right now. So to invest that 230 into this, I feel it's absolutely ridiculous. Now maybe it does come from reshoots. I think that's a great point to put in there. That like the reshoots really could have driven up the price on that, in that case, it's worth it.
Yeah,
If this movie was
because
gonna, if this movie was gonna be straight basura, like straight booty cheeks, a straight hate fest, it's worth the 230.
I mean, our boy Josh said that they cut out the singing shit. I mean, when I heard they were doing singing stuff, I was like, bro, what are we doing? I'm out. So
Now,
if that's
I will say though, like on that note, I will say that one episode of the Star Trek where they were singing on there, I went in there and Quentin's Discord, and I watched that episode with him in there. That actually worked. Like it actually, like in that case, they were hit by like a virus that made them sing like in a musical type, and like as wonky as it sounds, it worked. But hell no for this movie.
yeah, exactly.
It
Exactly.
now it could work if you go to it, like if you want to go to a planet and do that thing there, like have it work a little bit. Um, but then maybe have them put in some translators or something to where they're just talking in normal tone. Because I just I'm with you, like I can't do that shit. It's OD.
It's weird.
It's
I'm gonna be
OD
honest, it's fucking
unnecessary.
weird.
It's unnecessary. It sounds like something you're going for and trying to do, and like that's not what we need in Phase 5
Yeah.
Marvel right now.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
That is not what we need in Phase 5 Marvel. Now, I will say, I think this movie is being slept on. I'm a huge fan of, Monica Rambeau, her performance that she had in there. Like just outside of her being a black queen, she is like she did her thing in that show. Like you cannot deny, like she quickly became one of the most favorite MCU characters. Like that's actively out there right now. Like she became one of the new favorites. Kamala Khan. Again,
She's cool,
like I
man.
think, like I think not only do like not only does the fan base love Iman Vellani. Like to be real, like it's been a minute. It's been a minute since there has been someone that's loved as a casting outside of their role as Iman Vellani. Like people like her so much. Like her show was so mid, but she still gets love from fans out there.
Well, her performance wasn't bad either, too. I will say that her performance wasn't bad.
You're right about that. Her performance was
just like those last few episodes were like, oh my god.
Yeah, you're right. Like this was a show where I think they could have been building up something great, but then they just let us down. Just as they've done with every single show in the finale.
Did we get struck?
Did we get struck?
We got struck.
Where? Oh no! Damn, we did get struck. Pause it.
Sec. I put 1 sec.
Pause it. We did get struck.
How am I not mod, by the way? The fuck?
How are you not mod? All right, let's see if we get back here. Let's see if we get back here. Are we back? Yeah, copyright for this is wild. But you did warn me.
I did. I literally told you.
Hey, well, at least I know that that the cutting the B-roll up is cool.
I love how it worked with us. Wait, you had the whole trailer.
Yeah, I had the whole trailer for this. With the Ahsoka, I'd cut it up in itself.
Okay.
Your stream is temporarily blocked. Someone else, if you plan to continue, ensure that the content owner is added to. Yeah, bro. Just let me come back.
Should pop back in a minute.
Are we back? Ah, shit, we was rolling. Dude, we put out a good fucking show tonight.
Bro, our discussion about Ahsoka was great.
It's going fucking great, bro. It's going fucking great.
We almost hit 20.
We did. And we kept it for a minute, too, while we was talking about Ahsoka. And I think what I realized, too, like, my channel in the algo was mostly Marvel. So I feel like when I've been leading off, like, this stuff in my tags and, like, the show off, like, Ahsoka stuff, it might hurt it getting pushed out. So I like that we're seeing just the growth.
Yeah, man. I think as
going on,
because that's how Josh kind of started, right? He was like chilling at like 100, a couple hundred, I believe.
I was with Josh when he was like at 40. If
I was in there about 100, and then
Okay.
yeah, now that dude's chilling at okay, takes time, takes time.
But yeah, we're gonna have to get this shit back somehow.
It should show when it's finally off.
Yeah, it should.
I told you.
We watch it. We back. We back. We back in this thing.
Oh, we back.
We back in this thing. Well, it says the stream is no longer blocked due to copyright issues, but I'm waiting for I'm waiting.
There we
for
go. We back.
We back. We back. We here.
Back.
We back.
We
We made
here.
it. We made it.
I warned you.
We made it. Look, I'm gonna keep
We
Justin
back.
off I'm gonna keep Justin off the screen for a little bit because he's gonna gloat in my face because he told me before the stream that he just got copy hit. I call it that, but it's copy strike. He literally just told me before the stream that on his stream he got hit by playing the Marvels. And I was like, "Oh,
they
we
smacked me.
good." I was like, "Oh, were you playing the audio, bro? That's why. That's why you were playing the audio. It's not gonna." And then, damn, I'm playing the Marvels trailer. I'm playing the Marvels trailer, and for the first time in my streaming history, I get hit with a temporary block. But we're back here. We're back. And what we're talking about, we're just the asinine amount that Marvel is spending on Ahsoka, bro. Like it's wild.
Wait on.
I mean, not on Ahsoka, on the Marvels.
Okay.
Yeah. To me, it's just wild. It doesn't make sense. And like I just really can't I can't justify it. I can't justify it, bro. And I just gave you your wrench too. But I just can't justify it.
Dude, it's just weird, bro. It's just I see why they are getting in trouble with their stakeholders. I feel it a little less with it being a movie. Like I feel a little less bad about it being a movie. But the fact that you are still spending crazy amounts of money on these shows and movies that are subpar is just wild. I don't get it. Someone has to be drawing a line in the sand, and I'm hoping that might be what this is. Maybe.
Well, the only way, again, like you can't justify it is that they didn't make it better than what it was, right? Like, so let's be real. Is it a worthy investment? Say this movie was straight up shit, right? And like many suspected that it was, and many probably think it's going to be anyway. Let's say it was that, and like they looked at the movie, and maybe their budget was at like 185, right? And they looked at the movie and was like, you know what? If we put this thing out here, this might be the last straw.
Yeah.
We're banking on Deadpool 3. We're banking on Secret War. We might not make it there if this movie it does what it's about to do.
Exactly.
So again, it could be like you mentioned, the long play, throwing this money out here, keeping keeping the status quo. For me, this movie has to be just as good as Guardians of the Galaxy 3. For Marvel to not take any damage, for Marvel to stay where they are, it has to be at the level of Guardians of the Galaxy 3, a Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Like I feel like those movies were on the same playing field, like of the same level. Now, what would be great is if this movie, quality wise, is a thing of Shang-Chi, right? That would be, to me, that would be a win for them. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're probably going to be just a tad bit below Guardians of the Galaxy 3. But
I just want somewhere where we're like in the line of when we walk out of the theater, we're like, okay, that was all right. That wasn't bad. Not like, damn, I just wasted 2 hours of my life that I can never get back. You know,
I want to walk out saying, you know what, that was pretty good.
Yes,
yes, like just to walk out saying, you know what, yeah,
it wasn't bad. That's where I want. I'm not trying to have any crazy high expectations for this movie because I feel like if we do that, I mean, hey, we're gonna be very let down. So I just hope they also progress something. Because with what's that Quantum Mania, it didn't progress anything. We leave that movie knowing everything, the same amount of things that we entered it. So
Yeah.
it has a chance. It has a chance. I'm hoping that money that they spent was to make this a better long-term effect on Marvel. So
I agree, and it has to. It just has to be a better long term effect. It has to again just meet that passable level, that palatable level of I'm not eating horse shit here. I'm just eating McDonald's. Like it's not it's not like it's not like a situation where like it's just straight up falling off the cliff. I have a parachute. Like it's
I got you.
we're,
Yeah.
we're not doom and gloom there. My analogies need to work. I get it, but y'all get it. All right. But look, but just a break on that. F you, the Marvels for getting us copy struck. Well, just getting temporarily blocked here. But on to our next topic, and we should be safe here because I don't really have anything up to pull up on it. I do want to get back to Chris Evans said something recently, and I think you go back to what Quentin Tarantino had to say. You know when the man was going on his rant about man was going on his rant about the MCU and about how he's
Yeah.
salty because the MCU isn't cinema and how he Quentin Tarantino. I mean, like, dude, you the shit, bro. You the shit. But like to be real, you're not doing what Marvel is doing right now. You maybe had it at
Sound
one
like a
point, but it's
hater.
not that in. Yeah, you know when the old. It reminds me a lot of what the old college football coaches are talking about with Coach Prime right now. Like it's
Oh
like
yeah.
when you the hot shit, the old shit want to bark up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nevertheless, he said something which I honestly find to be factual here. And now I think Chris Evans is finding to be factual here. Is that the MCU heroes are bigger than the actors?
Yeah. Yeah.
Chris Evans has come along to agree with it. My whole take on the thing is like it's 100% fucking accurate. It's 100% fucking true. Now what we can do, and what I had thought if I had more time to plan this out, is to go through a list of characters here and to say which ones are bigger than the act, like which one where the actor is bigger than the character. And the only main character that I could think of,
RDJ.
no,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Chadwick Boseman.
I can get with that.
He was the only one that maybe outshine his role as an actor. And that could have been a double-edged sword because now they decided to not recast him when something happened to him.
Yeah.
That was like that might have been a little bit of thing of on our own part as black folk, you know, my king in this man the whole time. Mike, you know, I mean, you gotta do it. I mean, my man was Jackie Robinson. He was Thurgood
Exactly.
Marshall.
Exactly.
He was James Brown. Like, you know, like he's in. But when you think about actors like Robert Downey Jr., think about actors like Chris Evans, Hemsworth, Ruffalo.
Mhm.
I don't want to say Scarlett Joe, but Scarlett Joe.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Hey, I'm not a cinephile. So like, I'm not a cinephile. So for real, for me, this shit is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's the effect of playing a character that is bigger. And like, I wish these actors would realize that. Because I feel like they would then know their true worth. If you feel what I'm saying. You're not worth what you think you're worth.
I feel you until you get to later into it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
When you put your time in, it's kind of like, okay, it's kind of like rookie contracts. That rookie contract, man, you don't demand shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you put in some good performances, and you establish a fan base that loves you as that character. Look, I'm sorry, there's no way it would have been very hard to recast a Iron Man during the Infinity Saga and everything like that.
Definitely.
No, you pay whatever RDJ wants. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same thing with Chadwick Boseman. Bro, you thought Black Panther, you thought of him. You thought of 42, all that stuff. You're paying that man. You're not paying you're you're not paying anybody else that money. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I'm with you to that point, but at the end of the day, too, like I think this goes along with beyond the MCU. So the reason why RDJ to me is what he is today is because of Iron Man. But can I ask you how many RDJ movies have you seen after Iron Man?
okay. Tropic Thunder.
Was that after Iron Man? He's great in Tropic Thunder. I love him in Tropic Thunder, but
I think that was after Iron Man.
But even then, well, let's say after the first event, like Tony, when did Tony Stark? When did RDJ hit his Tony Stark stride?
Keep in mind, though,
like
he wasn't our time, though. He wasn't our time. That's like our parents' time.
Came out 2008. So
yeah,
it's around the same time as Iron Man.
Okay.
So
but again, RDJ is our parents' time. You know what I'm saying? My mom loves some RDJ because she remembers.
Well, no, there's no time. There's no such thing as time, and as an actor, that don't work because Samuel Jackson's still doing his thing. I think Samuel Jackson might be the only one that's bigger than his role. Like to be real, like Samuel Jackson is bigger than Nick Fury, and maybe that's because we don't get a lot of Nick Fury screen time. Maybe that's why.
True,
but you can't tell, like, bro. How many movies has I feel like Robert Downey Jr. has maybe dropped like 3 movies since then? Maybe
he's dropped a few, but nothing that have been too
nothing
crazy.
That you've seen.
Yeah. Okay, you got me there.
Nothing that you've seen, right? Chris Evans. He might have had the biggest success out of the big 6 Avengers. He might have had the best success outside of that role, but even then,
what has he been?
It had to be his own movie. It had to be his own movie. It had to be Knives Out. Knives Out, like he had to put his own blood, sweat, and tears into that. But like, yo, like that's not worth it.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Like,
I feel you.
The issue is clear that the MCU, and I hope this doesn't deter like future actors from coming into it. But if they get back to the point of making that money they were making, right? Like if they get back on this if they get off of the roller coaster and get back on a steady incline, like they are really at the point to when they can say, hey, yeah, you know what? After it might bring you notoriety taking these movies, and people might just only recognize you as a character. But if you decide to be like a Chris Hemsworth, to know your worth, Chris Hemsworth to me is the smartest out of all the Avengers because he knew his worth as Thor. He knew outside of being Thor, all that he has is these plucky action movies that like aren't going to deliver the big payday like he wants. Like he is just not for people like Chris Hemsworth. So what did he do? He leveled himself into the Thor character. He started a fitness app. He started like really making himself and to be intertwined with that Thor character.
Thor outside of life type shit.
Yeah.
Real. Yeah.
So I mean, like, that to me, yeah, motherfucker, Tarantino was right about that. But at the end of the day, just because it might not be what actors want to hear, it can be their biggest blessing, it could be their biggest payday.
True.
Let me see what some of the chat is saying here about it. That was about the Marvels. Look, yeah, it was definitely way before. Come talking about some Tropic Thunder. It was definitely way before. RDJ, Chris Evans, whether he'll admit it or not, Chadwick Boseman, those are the 3 exceptions. Again, like I just can't say RDJ, like because we know their names, like better than we know Jeremy Renner's name, like because we know their names better than some of these other Mark Ruffalo's name, doesn't mean that they're outside of these roles. Doesn't mean that they're bigger than these characters because they can't name one movie where somebody want to be like, let's cast RDJ and give him this amount of money because we know it's going to make money because he's RDJ.
I mean, that is a good point. But Ruffalo, have you seen Now You See Me?
I barely remember him in that movie. I've seen it. And I've seen Mark Ruffalo pop up in other movies.
To me, now Trent. I didn't want to say it because everybody, I am a Scarlett Johansson simp, but yeah, bro, she can, but the thing is, they don't do it. That's the other thing. I think she would still thrive outside of just Marvel because of who she is, and people like, for reasons why.
As long as
Scarlett Johansson.
As long as it's not Ghost in the Shell. As long as it's not Lucy. As long as it's not Lucy.
Okay, dude. Okay. All right.
I mean, like,
you know what?
So is this conversation? Let's be real. Is this conversation turning into, is Marvel a career killer? Is that what
it's
this
not
conversation
a
is
real?
turning into?
No.
Whose
I would say
career has been
Star
elevated?
Wars is
Whose career is elevated off of Marvel?
RDJ's.
Beyond it, like, no, like his name has gotten up there, but like when I say elevate, the MCU can elevate your name, but does it elevate you past your MCU character?
But do we also have to take into account that, like, yo, they are able to now say no to some of these shitty roles that they don't want to do?
I think what's more important is that they're not getting offered great roles. Is that, like, can I throw that back at you? Like, they're not being offered great roles.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to say Star Wars is a killer of careers because Star Wars elevated Boyega. Star Wars elevated Driver. The only person Star Wars didn't elevate was Rey. Daisy Ridley. But like Driver done. You see what Driver has done after Star Wars?
He's done quite a bit of. His movies are weird as fuck, though. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, but
he do get in. Yeah,
but the critics love it or some shit.
I'll say Boyega really thrived off of Star Wars.
Boyega, like, I don't know how Boyega did it, bro, because he even went through that period.
All he says is Ray, and he still was able to get some shit. That's crazy.
He even went through that period of like the woke shit and like falling off a little bit, like kind of going a little bit too hard on the crazy shit off the deep end, and they still fucking with him. Like, bro, they still fucking with him after he said all the shit that he said, bro.
Bro,
that's just the time. But like all that to say, like, yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, is this the graveyard? Like, is this where you come in and you do such a good job, you become beloved as a character, now that's all people can see you as? And now you can't move past it. I like Lucy too, but a lot of people don't. I actually like the idea of Lucy. It gets weird at the end, but I like the thought of it. But I hate the end to where she comes back and she's like, wait, you telling me basically humans exist because this white woman went back and touched the hand of an ape? So now this whole time the ape's been striving. Now this whole time the ape been striving to be like a white woman. So that's why, like, that's why shit happened the way it did. I like it until the ending was wild. Like the ending of Lucy was wild. But I like that idea. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because like this. It's been something that's been brought up, and to be honest, the news has been a little bit slow, unless I'm just missing some shit after being on vacation. But it's just, bro, like, I'm glad you're on the opposite end of this a little bit. But
you kind of beat me there. I'm not gonna lie, because I mean, dude, yeah, I'm not going to see. I ain't going to see fucking Sherlock Holmes. That shit was ass.
Doolittle. This man did a Doolittle movie. This man did the Doolittle movie. Can I be real? Can I say, like, the Doolittle movie, I didn't even know Doolittle was a thing outside of Eddie Murphy's Dr. Doolittle.
Me like that, too, bro.
Like, that kind of opened me all up to the whole thing of, wait a minute, Doolittle was before Eddie Murphy's Dr. Doolittle. Like, I thought it was like a takeoff of that shit.
Bro.
Tom Holland.
I mean...
Don't nobody like the MCU.
You're gonna make me say it.
The MCU made him be Spider-Man so good that he had to go out there and be a whole completely different wild boy.
My man had to go out there and take some back shots.
He had to go out there. He had to go take a trip to Pound Town to get some. He had to take a trip to Pound Town to get some notoriety as an actor.
But he has the other. I mean, a lot of his other projects though have been Disney-wise though too.
What's going on, Ryan?
What's going on, Ryan? I think we missed a lot of people.
Copying me.
TBH.
No, I think we got the motherfucker copying me. No, we got Jared in the building. I don't think we missed people. We got Trinity. I definitely don't think I shouted out chilling, even though I put his comment up there. Chilling in the basement. I said what's good to Rat. Said what's good to Brooke. What's
up, Brooke?
If I ain't call you out, just put a fist in the chat. Let me know what's up. Let me know what's up. Let me see y'all. But yeah, man, that was just a little good conversation. Look, I need to add some like transitional sequence, like some transitional like segment music, because now would be the perfect time to bring up the segment of rapid fire. I'm really fucking with the most here. Right, so if you don't know, this rapid fire is like when I real quick just spit out like a bunch of like 3 topics that's been going down throughout the week. For my man Justin to just hear and then tell me what he wants us to talk about here. So let me go ahead and pull up my topics real quick. Should have had my topics.
Last time you got me, man. Last time you got me.
What did I do? How did I get you last time?
It was the Lando one, man.
Oh, the Lando one really caught you off guard, didn't it?
The Lando one sent me. That one sent me, bro.
All right. Look, I feel like I said, it's been a little bit of a slower news week here. So I feel like this might be a little bit of an obvious. This might be a little bit of obvious take here for you. But we'll start off with Loki season 2. Loki season 2. They have announced that Loki season 2 will be premiering at 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. You know, they learned from the Ahsoka lesson, like finally, thank you for
Jesus, bro.
Dude, the 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time was killing me. Like, they cannot do that anymore. I am so glad they changed it up. And they're now doing Thursdays. It's not Tuesday nights. It's Thursday nights. We had a little bit of conversation here between ourselves. We may have to kind of switch some things around because we don't want to be streaming at the same time we're supposed to be watching something. So, we're here on Thursdays right now, but could this mean we add another stream and have a watch party here? Like, who knows? Like, let me know what y'all think in the chat about that. Who knows what that could be like?
This right here is why you need a Discord.
This is why we need a Discord. And we have a
Discord.
But
you're going to have to community tab this.
Yeah, I am going to have
to community tab.
So that's the case there. But anyway, to me, that's a huge story. Like moving it from the Tuesday night slot to the Thursday night slot. Like, that's prime time. They're going to be fighting with football for it. But that's fine because we're fighting with football too right now. They're going to be doing that to get people to watch. I'm just super happy they let me watch it at a decent hour and a decent time. And I now know that my Friday mornings, are going to be very fucking tiresome at work. Might have to take some Friday mornings off, especially after the finale. Like that's just what it is. So that's topic number 1. Loki season 2 airing at Thursdays. Topic number 2. It is the 1-year anniversary, and I don't think anybody will really give a fuck about this, but it's the 1-year anniversary of the best show. I swear to God, this was the best show ever made by Star Wars. Like, it's the best. It is Star Wars. It is cinema. It is TV. It is everything. The 1-year anniversary of Andor.
Oh, shit.
The 1-year anniversary of Andor is here. How do you feel about it? Is it still the best show in Star Wars history? Were we overreacting because people were over here wilding about? What do you want to say about that, right? Like, that's rapid fire topic number 2. The 1-year anniversary of Andor. And then number 3 is something that we've somewhat knew, but can we get some toes? This comes in the last minute here. Can we get some toes? Came out to clarify, right? That while Deadpool 3 will be kind of a send-off for your older Fox X-Men universe. I'm talking about your OG X-Men, your OG mutants, right? She's saying Deadpool 3 will be a send-off for that, but we'll see our first-class mutants, our first-class X-Men in Secret Wars. And Secret Wars will be the send-off for those X-Men. Out of those 3 topics, rapid fire, which one do you want to gravitate towards?
Wait, did Jared literally put one year of Andor is crazy? Feels like it just dropped.
Bro, it really does feel like it just dropped.
It does. It doesn't feel like a year.
I guess this is our topic here.
Bro. I saw. Are we really about to talk about Andor? Bro. Dude. Honestly, hold on real quick. If that's what the case is, I don't know if I like it being for the X-Men thing. I don't like it being the send-off, but that's kind of lit. That's kind of lit. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, look, I thought we was gonna go into Andor. So what? Look. I would do anything, but this is your pick. This is your topic of the show. What you want to talk?
Wait, what was that first one again? Run that first one again, Bobby.
The first one was Loki season. The Loki premiere, like making a change here, and I'll also tag on to the Loki one since it's Disney Plus involved. Also tag on the fact that Echo is now scheduled to be released in January of 2024.
Okay. There's nothing really much else to say about Loki because that's just kind of like community stuff we also need to figure out. So Loki, I'm lit for. The reason why I want to talk about Andor, bro.
Let's go.
I was scrolling through Twitter. I would have lived my happy life without knowing that Andor was a year old today. I don't give a fuck about Andor, bro. But respectfully.
Fuck respect.
Respect. I'm gonna be respectful. I understand a lot of you people love Andor.
What do you mean by you people? What do you mean by you people?
Right. I understand a lot of people like Andor. All right.
What do you mean by a lot? All right, I'm gonna stop fucking with you. Go ahead.
Trying to cancel culture me right now. What the fuck? But look, I can get what people saying. I like Andor, but the fact that you had people on Twitter literally saying it's the best, it's peak Star Wars. It's the best Star Wars out of all of them. That's what gets me. Why are we saying that? Did y'all not see episodes 4, 5, and 6? Did y'all not see episode 1, 2, and 3? We're saying that is the best Star Wars out of. My gosh, there's
one person to blame for that in my mind. It's fucking Elon Musk.
Letting people just say whatever the fuck they want. This is why.
Not even that. He pays them for it. They get paid to say stupid shit. The biggest tweets, the biggest things, the biggest post on X is dumbest fucking shit.
But that's
and then the interaction is people going against it.
No,
like they make their money for people telling them how stupid they are in the comments.
I can't even blame that part because the guy only posted. This is the one. It's been 1 year since Andor released. I can't fault him for that. He's just saying a statement. All the comments afterwards saying this is the best this is how Star Wars should be. This is Star Wars. Those people, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do y'all what are we talking about, man? Star Wars, that's peak Star Wars? You're telling me the originals weren't peak Star Wars or the prequels weren't Come on. That is an outlandish thing to say. Andor was peak Star Wars, and that's how Star Wars should have been. You're telling me you fell in love with Star Wars because you saw some AK-47s with a little muzzle on it just to look like a little AK-47 laser beam? That is stupid to me. That is stupid to me. I never fell in love with Star Wars because of freaking guns. I never fell in love with freaking guns. No, I fell in love with the lightsaber. I fell in love with the Force. I fell in love with dark side, light side. Why are we acting like AK-47s that we literally see on a daily basis in life are better than a lightsaber? I don't get it. It's not the most popular weapon in cinema history. It's not. A lightsaber is. I don't get it. This is why Ahsoka is literally so amazing, because it emphasizes some of the peak things that made Star Wars Star Wars. A lightsaber, the Force, the dark side, the light side. Now witchcraft. It's crazy. But no, people wanted to say Andor is peak Star Wars. Dude, Andor, if y'all like Andor, just go off and just put it in a category with freaking Mission Impossible, because
Correct.
that's what it's better off as. It's not like Star Wars. If y'all want to call it Star Wars, go ahead. It had some cool things in it. Not peak though. It's not peak though.
This motherfucker's
Oh
still
my
cooking.
gosh.
Well, this motherfucker cooked this steak and it's well done. I'm a medium type of person. I like my steak medium, but he well done seared the fuck out of that steak right there.
That's
Look, let me tell you,
crazy to me.
everything you said was 100% facts. At what point was Star Wars peak Star Wars? Like, at what point do you look at this show and you sit back and say, you know what? This shit is peak Star Wars. Like, really? You can say it's a good show. You can say this shit is gripping. This shit is thrilling. These motherfuckers in here building this ship, like building these ship pieces in here for 2 episodes in a prison with no windows. This is the most gripping television I've ever watched.
Yes.
No aliens. I'm wrong. Like, I think it was like a couple of aliens in there, but you tell me you're in jail and you don't got no aliens in jail. Like, this show, that show has so many fucking problems for it to be a Star Wars show that, like, you can't justify. Like, to me, like, that is what ticks me off about it. It's just the really like the ill willingness to really be like, yo, this isn't really what Star Wars needs. Now, the fact that, like, if you want to say that back then, you know, after we just got past Kenobi, right? Because it came out before Kenobi, correct?
Yes.
Or after Kenobi?
I believe before. I think so.
Yeah. Well, regardless, like, we just to think about where Star Wars was at, like, off of Book of Boba Fett, I'll give it that, right? Like, we were off of Book of Boba Fett. Actually, I don't understand why the fuck these people thought it was peak Star Wars, because we were really just coming off of Luke, off of Mando season 2. If I remember correctly. And if Kenobi did come out before Andor, and this is when I should have been a bit more prepared. If Kenobi did end up coming out before Andor, you know what? Fine. If you're enjoying Andor, I get it. But after seeing Ahsoka, like, this cannot be your tweet when we have Ahsoka out right now. When you have Ahsoka out doing her thing right now, was this tweet today?
Yes, it was today.
It was today?
Yes.
So they had time to watch episode 6? They had time to watch episode 5?
Yeah.
I get it if this tweet was 3 weeks ago. I'd get it. Not really, because I don't see at what point you really find this to be peak Star Wars. Like, again, at what point was this peak Star Wars?
And Book of Boba Fett came out before Andor. So did Kenobi.
Okay. So I can get, you know what? I can get it. If you weren't feeling Kenobi, like many weren't, you weren't feeling Book of Boba, like many weren't, I can get why, after eating a bunch of shit, a piece of dirt tastes better. But let me tell you.
And actually, it came out. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan, well, Kenobi came out, then Andor, then Mandalorian season 1 and 2. Well,
Mandalorian season 3.
3. And then
Yeah. So I mean, like I get it piquing your interest, but it was never ever peak Star Wars. There was never anything in that show that screamed Star Wars, other than the fact that they were in space, other than the fact that you had Mon Mothma, other than the fact that, like, it's a fucking empire. But you just didn't need Andor. Now, what I will give Andor a bit of love for, if they were setting up for us to see a show like The Rebels play out in live action, like if Andor were to evolve into season 2 and to be a show like The Rebels, I could give Andor some credit. I could give Andor some love in season 2. But just off of season 1 of spending all of those episodes, like, bro, Justin really does need to clip that monologue because it was on fucking point. But we really, like, again, if we call in like 3 episodes in a jail, a show with 3 episodes in the jail, peak Star Wars. I don't know what the fuck Star Wars is. We weren't traveling through space. We weren't
Oh,
like taking out
man.
the Empire. We weren't doing no like different type of shit. It was a prison break. It was really Star Wars Prison Break. The episode. So I don't see how it's beat Star Wars, bro. I just don't.
And I was wrong again. It was Kenobi and/or then Ahsoka. Boba Fett came out
What can I
before those
trust me?
two.
What can I trust me?
Well, they have
know.
like
No, like
two
what kind of
orders.
information? No, Justin. I trusted
Look,
your.
man, I was still lightheaded from going off. You got to cut me a
Okay.
break.
Okay, I'll cut you a break, bro. I'll cut you a break. You still look like you're recovering over there, like.
Bro,
Like it took a lot.
I'm vexed. I'm vexed when I saw that, man. That I was like, are we really like, to me, you just didn't like Star Wars then, if that's the case.
And Trinity hit the nail on the head here. The best thing about Andor is that they did not shoot in the volume. That's perfect because like it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
beautifully shot. Like that scene with the whole ship taking off and shit with all like this light show. That was beautiful. Boy, the fuck, it took us like 3 episodes to get there. And it was a letdown. Like the fuck, like
Did you make it through all of them?
I did, unfortunately.
I I checked today. I only made it through 6.
You didn't even know how the show ended.
I don't know how the show ended.
That's
I'll
worse.
be real.
Like, I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. There's a couple of shows out there like that. Like, I don't know how it ended. And I started out watching it. Beef is one of those shows I don't know how it ended, and it was actually pretty good. It was just like I got to the point with Beef. It was like, all right, wrap this shit up, and they didn't yet. So I just dropped it off.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Beef, like Steven Ewing, like, dude, like, bruh. I know I fucked up his last name, but he's like him at Century, like it's spot on for that show. Yeah, man, like I like that rapid fire topic. One, because it sparked a fire in you, bro. Like it sparked that shit in you. Like I was like, oh shit, like
Bro, you got me this week and last week. Last week you had me.
look,
I was vexed.
I think we should just keep like always, no matter what the fuck going on, I'm gonna throw a Star Wars in that like rapid fire, and when and just be ready because I feel
I'm
like
about
whatever
to-
Star Wars I throw in there, like that shit gonna get hot.
Y'all
Hey,
don't have
who-
me like Freddie Prinze Jr. out here.
And when my man Anderson Paak saying that shit, it got me hot. Like, they got my man's hot going off in that thing, man. Hey, but look,
Man.
it's been a good night in here in the Nerds Underground. I promise you next. I don't want to make no promises I can't deliver, but like for real, like I got to get the underground feel vibes going in this thing, man. You know,
We'll
what
at
I'm
least be
saying?
live, okay? We'll
We'll-
at least
we'll
be
at least-
live.
We'll at least be live. If I don't have this video, see what happened was if you just happen
No.
in here, if you just happen
there's
in here
there's
I
no
had a
if you
vacation.
don't have this video.
I had
You're
a
getting this
vacation.
video out.
tonight probably, but I had a vacation, and like first off, last stream I told you I forgot my hard drive at work. It's like I wasn't able to get the video done that night, and then the next night I had to pack for vacation, and like I got tired, and I went on vacation, and then now I'm back from vacation. So tonight's the night where I'm finishing up this video on the Deadpool leaks and how I'm tying it all together. See, this is my thing. Now I'm at the point now where I feel like, damn, the Deadpool leaks about like come and go. So should I even drop this video? But I'm gonna drop it.
Drop it Monday.
I'm gonna
Drop it Monday.
I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna drop it tomorrow. I'm gonna drop it tomorrow.
They say Fridays are bad for
they
dropping.
do, but Saturdays are good.
Okay.
You know, want to get some love in the algo. You know, I want to get it out there, get it going. Because I also do have another video that's like pretty much done for me to drop on the back end of that.
Okay. Well,
But I'm gonna drop one
Be
first.
consistent and do it.
I'm gonna drop one first, and we're gonna get there. Look, I didn't know it. People want to see my shit, and I got it ready to come out.
Dog, we have like 14. We were at 19 at one point. People in here. People love you, man. Okay.
man,
So drop your shit.
you can't-
Drop your shit.
Look, let me tell you, this has been the best fucking addition to the fucking stream. Having Justin come in the building and be here to throw shit off because it's a cool motherfucker to just throw shit off and mouse back shit. back.
Appreciate it.
So we out here
Appreciate
rocking, we out here rolling. This is the Nerds Underground. Huge shout out to anybody here who is in here in the stream, who left the live chat, who said what's up. I love you and I appreciate you for coming out. Justin, anything you want to plug, throw out, shout out your channel. You're a mod now, so you can put your channel link in the channel chat.
First of all, I'm not even going to really plug my stuff. I mean, I'm justified on
Pause.
justified math on everything. Whoa, whoa, Mister.
Plug yourself.
Justified MF on everything. Appreciate y'all. All right. But yo, we got to figure it out what we want to do as far as when Loki comes out, because that week that Loki comes out, Tuesday is a release for Ahsoka's finale.
Yep.
And Thursday we got that. So
yep, might have to squeeze in the Wednesday shit.
Kendall needs to put a poll on his community page or whatever.
My Discord is so active. Sorry.
I mean, look, if y'all want to join my Discord and add that, I can ask that question there too. But we need to. Well, I'm down to do whatever.
You know what I'm gonna do right now?
Whatever y'all want to know. Whatever y'all want to do, let us know. We'll see what we can do. So
you know what I'm gonna do right now? Discord's been reborn.
Let's go.
The Discord has been reborn. We're here. We're back. It's back alive.
Did you just put your own channel like that? Was that Discord?
Yeah, that's my Discord. Discord's back alive. Okay. Told you I had a Discord. I just ain't been using it. Discord's back alive. Go back in there. We're gonna get back active on Discord. Fuck it. Hey, Ryan, I'm glad you're here. Ryan Caddick says, can't wait for Loki. I can't wait for Loki either, man. Like, that's, yo, if you think these streams have been lit with Ahsoka, if you think these streams have been fun with Ahsoka, just wait till motherfucking Loki drops. But whether it's trash or whether it's great, this is going to be fun either way. This is going to be some epic shit when Loki drops, all right? Look, I'm going to be real with you, bro. I was covering Loki like hell. Like, I don't know if you was rocking with the channel. Like, I don't know if you was following along with us back then. But when Loki season 1 was out, the streams was going crazy. I mean, it was like 25 people in here stream type of shit. And it was like, yeah, it was, people was going crazy for the Loki streams. All right, wait, we was going crazy over the Loki stream. And what I hate is when I go back and look at Loki.
Don't say it's mid or something like that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Bro, episodes 3, 4, booty cheeks. Episodes 2, 5. Oh, yeah. Episode 2 was mid. Episode 5 was a little bit better than mid. It was saved by episodes 1 and 6. All right, like Loki, we can save this topic for next week.
Yeah, because we already did our rapid fire, bro.
Loki episodes 1 and 6 is what made that series. And I will ride on that. Have you rewatched Loki?
I have. I enjoy it still.
The entire series?
Yeah, I enjoy it. I actually really enjoy that series.
I have to try to rewatch. Like I've rewatched that finale probably 100 times.
And I think it's because it actually builds up to something that credits the whole entire universe. I think that's why I like it. And then I see Trend. Loki is bad. My guy. Dude, I like Trend. But sometimes he hits the button. He knows how to hit the button. He knows how to hit the button.
That's Trinity. Look, the more that you'll be on camera when Trinity is on the stream, when Trinity is in the chat, the more you'll realize this motherfucker Trinity. He's not on Trev levels, which I'm glad Trev doesn't make it in these chats because Trev is on a different level. Trinity, no, go holler over there, Trinity at Second Street Marvel. But look, we got to get out of here. Much love. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Thank you, Jesus, for letting me stream, and thank you, Jesus, for letting me see 30 years of life. It's been epic.
Hey, man, happy birthday, brother.
I didn't want to make it a birthday stream because I think those are kind of corny, but I do appreciate the birthday wishes. I appreciate that from the folks because turning 30 is different from turning 29. I'll just put it that way. Like I turned 29, I ain't give a fuck and think about it. But then I turned 30, I'm like, shit.
Your knee hurt a little bit more.
No, like it ain't body. It's more mental. I was telling my wife, body wise, like I be going to the gym every day at this point. Like body wise, I feel like I'm like 27. Because like at 28, like I felt like when I went in the gym, I kind of felt like I was getting older. But like I feel like kind of reversed the clock a little bit. So like my body feels amazing. But mentally, and the shit that goes on inside of this 30-year-old head right now.
Oh, feels God, fucking I can only imagine. Plus, you got a kid and stuff too. Like, I can only imagine.
Yeah, like the clock seems to be ticking a lot faster when I turn around and my kid is 6. And like damn, in 4 years she's about to be 10. Yeah, and it's like shit, like. What I like? Then it's like, damn, did I set my kids? 'Cause, I mean, you turn 30, you realize like you are gonna die. Like, it becomes more in the front of your head. They're like, damn, I really am gonna die. Like, it's nothing to it. Like, I am going to die
Holy
eventually.
shit.
I don't mean to take it there, but that's where it is. It's like that shit hits where it's like, damn. And then you start realizing like where you was like, yeah, the 80s, like the 80s is where I'm gonna live, the 90s. And start to realizing like, damn, like kind of halfway through this shit. Like the 60s might be it. You know what I mean? Like, damn, like
All right, let's get out of here.
let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Look. Hey, well, I'm sounding like that blue fucking star from Mario. But nah, it's great to be 30, man. Like it does feel good. Like I am happy to make it here. I feel blessed. And yeah, thank y'all for much love. Thank y'all for all the love. Many more years to come. Where you at right now, Justin?
What you mean?
Age wise, where you at? Where you at?
I'm 27.
27? All right, yeah, bet. So you got
Yeah.
3 more years.
Yeah.
In 3 more years when this show, we're gonna have like 1,000 something. We're gonna have like 1,000 some views in the chat here. I'm gonna
Sir.
talk shit about you turning 30.
No.
But
I'll be 27 for life, like women.
Hey, anyway, let's get out of here. Much love, y'all. I will see y'all in the next stream.